What are the greatest dark comedy films? Answer in the comments, please.
Tuna. Crunch.
Anus and Andy.
Now then, we are the Don't Tell Show. We make and review gritty realist cinema. We put up a new video every Monday, so if that sounds like your sort of thing, hit the subscribe button and we'll see you there. Once a Clown is a 2019 dark dramedy directed by Rhodes.
If you go down in the woods,
In a universe where clowns are an ethnic minority, recently divorced father of one Richard Plews battles against equality and alcoholism. After hearing that synopsis, you might be expecting something quite silly, but when you press play on the film, you find something quite different.
It's all going on. And I think they are to blame.
It starts with a black screen and a phone conversation under it that sounds very real. In fact, isn't this exactly how I, Daniel Blake, started?
I'll fill this in already on your 52-page form.
Except that this dialogue's actually good and it actually has all the unpredictable nuances and ums and ahs that a normal conversation would have, and it's unclear where it's going. And it all feels very real. But they're talking about clowns, so it's absurd. But it's real. But it's absurd. And then boom, we're into the real action. Waking up with face paint on, that's pretty funny. But it's not. Because that's not face paint, that's his actual skin, and he's an alcoholic. I love how within two scenes, one of them a blank screen, they've completely established the kind of film this is. Not where it's going or what's going to happen, but that this is a comedy and it's being played straight. And for me, the greatest thing about playing comedy that way, if you take away sort of the training wheels of a laugh track or a punchline, you feel like you're in a sort of a more interesting territory and you're thinking, is this actually funny? Should I be laughing at this, or should I be feeling sorry for him? And it's just more interesting in general that way.
it is hard enough being what I am without this shit.
I think filmmakers forget that you can operate on more than one level at the same time. It doesn't have to be that or that, it can be both, and it can teeter between the two. You know, like I've said before about if you push any one thing too far, eventually it'll lose its effect and you'll just become numb to it. So the fact that there's a bit of this and a bit of that, for me it's overwhelming because it can flip from really depressing to really happy in an instant. You know, just like that, when you realise that he hasn't just gone out on the piss and woke up like that. He actually does have a serious problem. Suddenly you're like, oh, hang on, a bit Brent that, wasn't it? We know the sort of comedy that we're dealing with here, but we have no idea where it's going. And treating the comedy the way that it does give it that freedom to travel across the whole gamut of human emotions, and it does through an incredibly powerful performance by Rhodes, the director. He actually plays the main character as well. It's an excellent performance. He takes us on this sort of tense horror show from strange start to even more bizarre end. So as usual, I'm not going to tell you any more than that, but I hope that I've whetted your appetite.
I'd like to talk to you about your son.
Oh, Once a Clown, it's funny, it's brave, I can't even really think of a cinematic comparison to it, except for the obvious, and I think this came out before that. It's incredibly well acted, and actually there's a lot more going on that I've not even gone into here with the way that it deals with time, the way that the mood of the scene changes through the camera work as well as the sort of ambiguous comedy of it. And there's one section in the middle that's like this mad one-shot Gaspar Noé section that's just incredible. It's different and it's bold, and Once a Clown, just check it out. As usual, the link will be in the description. Please do check it out. Tell them that we sent you. We are the Don't Tell Show. This was Once a Clown. I'll see you next Monday.